Hey guys, welcome to another week of quizzing in quarantine. I'm just getting back into quarantine after being out for the day at work. So give me 2 seconds, just gonna get set up and we'll get going in just a couple moments. Thanks for logging on. If you're brand new, I'll explain the rules and how things unfold in just a second. But until that happens, hang tight. Let's see if I can get this. All right, apologize. Oh, that's not gonna work, is it? I gotta work on that. Yeah, no, the angle's shit. Let's see here if I can, get this a little bit more. I'm using a very low-tech setup here. Is that too awkward too? That's gonna fall down, isn't it? And further, okay, hold on. This is why I gotta do this before you guys log on. Maybe I'd lower this, hold on. Does that work? That looks pretty good. I think that's going to be, no, you still can't lose the top of my head. Hold on. Oh boy, this is a new fail. All right. Nope, not good. Oh, nope. Yeah, the sack of potatoes is definitely a prize. I'm stocking up for the winter. I feel like we're not going to get a lot of opportunities to get out much, so I wanted to get some of the sustenance. Let's see how this works. Jesus. All right, I apologize if you're totally there. We go. This is what we're gonna stick with this. Welcome to a rough start for this week's quizzing in quarantine. The good news is it can only get better from here. Well, Sean, you know what? Yeah, this is definitely the type of week where a beer is required. This is actually what's called a partake. It's this relatively new, I think, Toronto brewery that brews non-alcoholic beer. But I need to be honest with you in that I did actually have a bunch of beers last night. I was watching football game, a soccer game with my brother-in-law who's from Scotland. There was a big game for Scotland, a qualifying match for the Euro Cup that Scotland won. And I feel like you can't watch soccer, and certainly can't watch soccer with Scottish people without drinking. So I did have a couple beers last night, felt like garbage this morning, and then back on my partakes for the rest of the month or so, I think. $20 exactly, yeah. I think I explained last week that I'm engaging in a little charity challenge where you're allowed to drink for the month of November, but whatever, any day you drink, you have to put $20 in a pot that will then be donated to charity at the end of the month. Anyway, got a great turnout so far online, 101 people logging on, which reminds me I should share the link to the scorecard, which if you want to play along at home, if you want to qualify for some prizes, you're going to need to have the link to the scorecard. So if you give me 1 second here, I will share that in the chat. How was everyone's week? I hope people... It was a tough week in like every week this year, and I definitely want to take a second and mark a sad moment in just a second, but I want to dedicate time to it. So let me get this straightened out first. Let's see here. All right, so I'm sharing in the chat right now. Score card. There we go. Yeah, so if you're just joining us, the link I just shared is what you're going to need to do to keep track of your scores and your points tonight. You're also going to need a scrap piece of paper to write down your answers. There's no form to actually fill out your answers. This is just to track the scores, which will go over the answers every 2 rounds. And at that point, you can update your score in that Google spreadsheet in the Google Doc, and we'll follow along and see who's placing where in the rankings. Before we begin, I think I do want to make a toast or a cheers, or at least remember Alex Trebek, who I think for a lot of us who are trivia nerds, Alex Trebek was on high and will remain so in our minds and in our country here in Canada, obviously. As I said on social media, I met Alex Trebek once when I was probably 16 or 17 at a charity event. And it was honestly like meeting, if you're a huge hockey fan and you get a chance to meet Wayne Gretzky, that was sort of the moment for me. And he was such a nice and gracious and kind person, entertained my stupid questions about Jeopardy, which I'm sure he gets asked all the time. Took a photo, which now, of course, I can't find. I'd love to find that photo again. But anyway, I'm like a lot of us. I was really, saddened to hear about his loss, especially after suffering from pancreatic cancer, which is just a horrendous disease that obviously deserves every bit of support and research money that hopefully it's getting now that someone of that notoriety has passed away from it. So anyway, to Alex Trebek and to the future of that show and to everything he gave to TV and to knowledge and to fact, which frankly, in this day and age, we're not getting enough of. So to Alex Trebek, I'll make sure to redo that again when I'm actually drinking real alcohol. Anyway, enough of that. It has been a hard week for a lot of people, but this night is supposed to be 2 hours of just useless knowledge and a little bit of fun. So I will get underway. Again, 6 rounds of trivia. And I'll explain each round as we go through. We're playing again for some Steam Whistle gift certificates, and I apologize. I know people won last week and sent me some notes. I've got to get those mailed out to you in the coming days. But the objective at hand is to answer some questions. So we'll start with things I think you should know, a random knowledge trivia round. You get a single point for every correct question you answer. I will read the questions twice and once at the end of the round. And that's pretty much all you need to know. So we will start with question number 1. And it is this. What Canadian city is home to more than 10,000 Finnish speakers, the largest concentration of Finnish speakers outside of Finland? Question number one again. What Canadian city is home to 10,000 Finnish speakers, which is the largest concentration of Finnish speakers outside of Europe or outside of Finland? Question number two. ESPN recognizes this hockey star as being the first Black player in NHL history to achieve the role of captain. Question number two. ESPN recognizes this hockey star as being the first Black player in NHL history to achieve the role of captain. Name that player. Question number three. What city are you in if you decide to end your day with a drink on the 88th floor of the Petronas Towers? Petronas spelled P-E-T-R-O-N-A-S. Question number three. What city are you in if you decide to end your day with a drink on the 88th floor of the Petronas Towers? Question number four. A prominent member of our country's business community, Robert DeLuce, is the CEO of what Canadian company? Question number four. A prominent member of our country's business community, Robert DeLuce, is the CEO of what Canadian company? Question number five comes from the world of literature. What novel by author David Mitchell was turned into a 2012 movie starring Tom Hanks and Halle Berry, amongst others? Question number five. What novel by author David Mitchell was turned into a 2012 movie starring Tom Hanks and Halle Berry? Question number six. What was the name of the mangy mutt who belonged to little Orphan Annie? Whether in the musical version, the film version, or the other film version, or the other film version. I'm pretty sure the dog's name was always the same. You need to know the name of little Orphan Annie's dog. Question number 7. According to the Canadian Food Guide, how many calories should the average active male, age 19 to 30, ingest in a typical day? James, I feel like you probably take this number and then quadruple it on a daily basis. So no, this question is not for you. This is average was the word that's key here. I'll read it again. According to the Canadian Food Guide, how many calories should the average active male age 19 to 30 ingest on a typical day? Question number 8 every week is a Know Your News question, a question from the news cycle from the last 7 days. Again, trying to focus on the positive and not asking any questions about American politics or the pandemic, which really kind of narrows it down. This question this week is this. Name the Canadian performer tapped to perform at this year's Super Bowl halftime show. Name the Canadian performer tapped to perform at this year's Super Bowl halftime show. And for a bonus point, you need to name one other Canadian performer who has performed or headlined the Super Bowl halftime show. And there are actually only 2. One is really obscure, the other is a little more accessible. So if you guess or know one other Canadian, who's performed at a US halftime show headline, they can't just have been in like the backup band for Tina Turner in the 1980s. This is a person who sort of had high billing. You'll get a bonus point. Question number 9. What literary classic inspired 3 University of San Francisco students to name their upstart coffee shop Starbucks? What book is connected and actually inspired the name Starbucks and the now infamous, ubiquitous American coffee chain? And finally, the last question, question number 10, last question in the round. What is the most common blood type found in human beings? And just like last week, I recognize some of these questions were quite hard. We start with the really hard questions to set the tone. It can only get easier from here. I should say, if you're just joining us for the first time. Those are the 10 questions. I'll repeat them each one more time before we move on to the second round. But I'll do it rather quickly, so listen up if you want to repeat it. Here we go. Question number 1. What Canadian city is home to more than 10,000 Finnish speakers, the largest concentration outside of Europe? Question number 2. ESPN recognizes this hockey star as being the first Black player in NHL history to achieve the role of captain. Question number 3, what city are you in if you decide to end your day with a drink on the 88th floor of the Petronas Towers? Question number 4, a prominent member of our country's business community, Robert Deluce, is the CEO of what Canadian company? Number 5, what novel by author David Mitchell was turned into a 2012 film starring Tom Hanks and Halle Berry? Question number 6, what was the name of the dog that belonged to little orphan Annie? Question number 7, according to the Canadian Food Guide, how many calories should the average active male aged 19 to 30 ingest in a typical day? Question number 8, Know Your News. Name the Canadian performer who was tapped this week to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. And for a bonus point, name one other Canadian performer who has also headlined a Super Bowl halftime show. Question number 9, what literary classic inspired 3 University of San Francisco students to name their upstart coffee shop Starbucks? And finally, number 10, what is the most common blood type found in human beings? Those are the 10 questions that make up round number 1. We will now move on to round number 2, which this week is the 10, which it was last week as well. Here's how this works. I'm going to give you a list. You have to write down 10 things that correctly exist on that list. For every correct answer, you'll get a point. Tonight, you'll have 8 minutes to complete the 10. And this is it. It is name 10 of the 15 most read Wikipedia bio pages of all time. Wikipedia started in 2007, so this is tracking reads from 2007 all the way up to today. And these are bio pages. So these are, I'll admit that the Beatles would be on this list if I had included listings that were not just singular individuals. But all of these are individual people. And just as a hint, all but one were born in the 20th century, between 1900 and the year 2000, all but one. So you have to name 10 of the 15 most read bios on Wikipedia. You'll have 8 minutes starting now. And these are all, none of these are fictional people, I should tell you. They are all legit human beings, or at least at some point. They are not all living, but they are all human beings. They are all real people. Yes, James. No, from the 20th century, most of them, all but one, were born in the 20th century, meaning after 1900, but before the year 2000. I should also note, maybe it goes without saying, that these are English language articles. So I'm sure maybe if we were looking in Spanish or another language, the list might be different, but these are English language articles. Not all these people are necessarily English speakers, or but these are all English language entries in Wikipedia. Uh, 6 minutes and 30 seconds left. the cutoff, there's no cutoff per se, Selena. Well, I mean, if you're wondering time, there's 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. But this is any individual who has lived at any point in history, who is or was a real person. This is based on their Wikipedia bio page. So most read Wikipedia bio pages belonging to individuals throughout history since the start of Wikipedia, which is in 2007. All right, checking the time. 2 minutes, just under 2 minutes left. You're a sweetheart, Selena. And your baby is adorable. Thank you for the pictures that you post. Help get through a long day, a long week. And you're adorable, what, 4-month-old now? How old is Lev? All right, getting down to the final seconds left in this round. 55 seconds left to go. All right, just under a minute left to name the top 10 most read Wikipedia bio pages. After that, we'll take up the answers from rounds 1 and rounds 2. Two, one, that's it. Time is up. Put down your pens, pencils, writing utensils, and we will take up the answers from rounds 1 and round 2. See where people stand after the first 2 rounds of play. We'll start, obviously, with the questions from round number 1. You get a single point per question, unless there's a bonus point. We have one of those floating around. So here you go. Question number 1, I asked, what Canadian city is home to the largest Finnish population outside of Finland? That would be Thunder Bay, Ontario. Number 2, the first Black player to achieve the role of captain in the NHL. It happened in 2003. Does not happen enough, but it's Jerome McGinley, Calgary Flames player. Jerome McGinley is the answer to number 2. Question number 3, where are you if you're sitting on the 88th floor of the Petronas Towers? You are in Kuala Lumpur, the capital of Malaysia. Those were the tallest buildings in the world, I think, until the Burj Khalifa was built. But Kuala Lumpur is the answer. Number 4, Robert Deleuze is the CEO. At least he currently is, assuming this company is able to weather this storm and come back. I don't know if will be. I hate to say it, but right now he's the CEO of Porter Airlines. Porter Airlines, the answer to number 4. Number 5, the book by David Mitchell that was turned into a 2012 film with Halle Berry and Tom Hanks was Cloud Atlas. Cloud Atlas. Number 6, the name of the dog in the movie musical and musical Annie is Sandy. Sandy is the answer. Number 7, this is a tough one. According to the Canadian Food Guide, the average caloric intake for a male between 19 and 30 is 3,000 calories a day. 3,000 calories a day. Number 8, you had to know the Canadian performer who's going to be performing, headlining this year's Super Bowl halftime show. He's from just east of here in Scarborough. The Weeknd. The Weeknd. If you knew one other Canadian performer who was headlining the halftime show, you could earn a bonus point. There are only 2 of them by my count. One is Shania Twain. The other, believe it or not, is Dan Aykroyd. He performed as one half of the Blues Brothers back, I believe, in the 90s. So it's either Dan Aykroyd or Shania Twain for a bonus point. The literary classic that inspired the name Starbucks for the coffee chain is actually Moby Dick. If you look closely at the Starbucks logo, as you might know, is a mermaid, referenced in Moby Dick. And finally, the most common blood type found in human beings is O. That is the answers to round number 1. Moving on to round number 2, which is the 10. Again, you need to know only 10 of these 15 names. You will get a single point for each one. And again, I'll list all of them, but you only, even if you knew all of them, you only get 1 point. You get up to a total of 10 points. Here we go. Number 15 on the list of the most read Wikipedia bio pages. This is inspiring. Stephen Hawking is number 15. Stephen Hawking. Number 14, Lionel Messi, the soccer star. Number 13, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is number 13. Number 12, Kim Kardashian. Number 11, Freddie Mercury, the late lead singer of Queen. Freddie Mercury is number 11. Number 10, also someone who has left this world, Steve Jobs, founder of Apple. Steve Jobs is number 10. Number 9, the only Canadian on this list, I believe, Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber is number 9. Number 10, Cristiano Ronaldo is number 8. Number 8, Ronaldo. Number 7, like it or not, is Hitler. Adolf Hitler is number 7. Number 6 is Eminem, Marshall Mathers, Eminem. Number 5 is Lady Gaga. She's behind just another queen. Number 4 is Queen Elizabeth II. Queen Elizabeth II. Number 3 is Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. Number 2, Barack Obama is number 2. And the number 1 most read Wikipedia bio page of all time, Malala Yousafzai. No, it's not. It's fucking Donald Trump. But it'd be great if it was Malala. Donald Trump is number 1. Just in case you're wondering, if you want to know if you were close but didn't make the list, here's number 20 through number 15. You do not get points for these, but I just thought you might want to know. Abraham Lincoln, number 20. Lil Wayne, 19. Taylor Swift, 18. Miley Cyrus, 17. And Dwayne The Rock Johnson, number 16. Again, no points for those, but they are close to the top of the list. Here is that list one more time if you want to know. Yeah, Beyonce, not on this list. Here they are, the 15. You needed any number of these to get close to 10 points out of 15. Stephen Hawking, Lionel Messi, Michael Jordan, Kim Kardashian, Freddie Mercury, Steve Jobs, Justin Bieber, Cristiano Ronaldo, Hitler, Eminem, Lady Gaga, Queen Elizabeth II, Michael Jackson, Barack Obama, and Donald Trump. Oh, someone's asking about the blood type, O or O positive. I just have O. I'll double check that, but I'm quite certain just O. Most common, I'm just using the old Google machine. Type O. According to the Red Cross, type O is routinely in short supply and in high demand by hospitals, both because it is the most common blood type and because type O negative blood is the universal blood type needed for emergency transfusions and for immune deficient infants. So it's type O. All right. I didn't ask for, I'll just take O. If you just have some sort of, if you have O negative or positive, I don't really, I'll give you that point. All right. That is, those were the first 2 rounds. So here's what you got to do now. Open up that Google Doc, which I shared the link a little bit earlier in the chat. Enter your team name, as well as your scores from rounds 1 and rounds 2. We'll add those up and we'll come back in just a couple seconds. Get yourself a drink if you need it. I'm being told by people that it is O positive, but I'm just gonna say any O, you are good to go. I'm not gonna be too much of a stickler on that because I don't know enough myself. All right, enter your scores in the scorecard and we will come back in just a second with an update on points. I did, Emily, unfortunately, regrettably so. Hopefully in time that will change because he just loves that shit. All right, we got some answers coming in already. Oh, more creative names. I'll get another 30 seconds for people to enter their scores. All right, before we move on to round 3 and round 4, I want to welcome everybody who are playing tonight from all across the country, it seems like. In no particular order, the more than 60 teams playing are represented by, here we go, Threat Level Midnight. We also have with us the Millsiders, Cloves Clan, Pizza Club, but no pizza. Biden our time until Inauguration Day, Biden spelled B-I-D-E-N. Penny and the Jets, Stop the Counts of Monte Cristo, Quarantine 2, even quizzier, Jerry Squad, Katrina and the Second Waves, aka Trivia Mun, You're a Quizzard Harry, A Case of the Mondays, Area Man, Hoochie Mama, Four Seasons Total Manscaping, Trebext in Peace. Trebext in Peace. I'm saying that incorrectly. It's a good name, and I'm messing it up. Trebext in Peace. COVID-69 Total Landscaping. That's all we've got. Something Mackay's Wayfarer chairs. That's just lazy. Tit soup for the quarantine again soul. Whatever happened to Emma? I'll take swords for 400, Alex. Second last. Swords for 200. Clinton's Total Landscaping. Schnoobili? Yeah, was that it? Not superstitious, but a little stitious. We Don't Know Jack. Cabin Fever Fight Club. Trivia Lassies the Dog. YTV's Weird on Wheels. Thank God it's Pfizer Day. And those are all the teams. I have finished reading all the teams. R.I.P. Alex. Dominic Cummings and Goings. Two Toads. Second last, again. Get Brian to Butt Club. What is We Love You, Mackay? That's very sweet. Big Brian Academy. Trivia or Trebek. Team Off Balance, sponsored by Fine Balance Brewing Company, which is a brand new brewery that just opened up in Kingston, Ontario. And if you're in the area, I haven't been yet, but some good friends own it. It looks incredible, and I can't wait for quarantine to lift. And yeah, if you're looking to check out a great brewery in Eastern Ontario, you're in luck. Rainbow Super Friends, Potent Potables, Alex Forever, Honey Wagon Swampers, Queen Elizabeth II, Quarantinis, Portable Pilgrims, Bat Moose and Quizzly Bears, Haters and Losers, I Was Mackay First, and Team Kulnoa. Welcome to all the teams competing tonight. And it seems like there was a real mixed bag in terms of scores in rounds 1 and rounds 2. Let's see, in round 1, the average score was 6. That's pretty impressive. For round 1, the average score was 6 out of a possible 11 points. And for round 2, the Wikipedia bio page round, the average score was 5. Well done. So if you are scoring anywhere 11 and above, you are either at or above average. Congratulations. Here is how we are going to move on to the next round. The next round is another round of general knowledge trivia questions, another round of things I think you should know, after which I'll drop you a Google Doc that you can use to guess the answers for round 4. So round 3 will work the same way round 1 did previously. I'll read questions twice, once at the end of the round. Each question is worth a single point. Oh yeah, I need to figure this. I'm going to try and do an audio thing, and it might work. It might not. Let me just see here. Yeah, that'll have to work. All right. Question number 1, things I think you should know, round 3. What city are you visiting if you find yourself arriving at OR Tambo International Airport? That's the letter O, R, and then Tambo, T-A-M-B-O, International Airport. You're probably right, Kathy. I'm going to guess you're right. Question number 2. In season 2 of what TV show does Billy Campbell propose to Allison Parker? Don't think too current. Question number 2, in season 2 of what television show does Billy Campbell propose to Allison Parker? Question number 3, Honeycrisp, Empire, and Ambrosia are all types of what? Question number 3, Honeycrisp, Empire, and Ambrosia are all types of what? Question number 4 is a tough one from the world of music. Who did the Tragically Hip write their 1992 song Courage for? This is not an easy question, but if you know, you know. Question number 4, who did the Tragically Hip write their 1992 song Courage for? Fine Balance Brewing from Kingston. I'm expecting you guys to know this above all else because you are from the home of the Tragically Hip. Question number 5. With what historical event is the name Enola Gay associated? With what historical event is the name Enola Gay spelled E-N-O-L-A, next word G-A-Y. With what historical event is that name associated? Let's try this audio, if you can hear it. What 3 letters will forever be linked to the following sound? Oh, messed up. I'll do it again. Can you hear that? I'll play it one more time. I'll wait to see if I might need to bring it closer to the microphone unless you can hear that noise. You heard it. Good. Okay. Well, just one more time just in case. There we go. Really? That is impressive. You remember that? I can't. There's no freaking way I would ever. I forgot there were even numbers. Anyway, bring back a lot of memories. You just have to know what 3 letters are associated with that sound. I feel bad if you're born, say, after the year 1990. You might not. This might just not be fair. But again, if you know, you know. Here we go. Here's a little more recent question, slightly. Canada's first same-sex divorce occurs. Janet Jackson's nipple is exposed on live television during the Super Bowl halftime show. And Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat passes away in France. What year is it? All those 3 things happened in a single year, and you need to know what year it was. Again, the first same-sex divorce happens in Canada. The Janet Jackson's Nipplegate, remember that? Justin Timberlake at the Super Bowl is exposed on live TV. And finally, Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat passes away in France. What year is it? Question number 8 rather. What word, meaning I found it in its language of origin, is attributed to Greek scholar Archimedes? Question number 8. What word, meaning I found it in its language of origin, is attributed to Greek scholar Archimedes? Question number 9, who was it in the year 2009 who became the first person to amass 1 million Twitter followers? Who in the year 2009 became the first person, I think it was within a year after Twitter launched in 2008, who was the first person to amass 1 million Twitter followers? And finally, the last question in the round, question number 10. What country's web code is .de? Canada's obviously .ca. Every country has its own web code associated with it. What country has been given the web address domain code of .de? I will go back and read every question from this round one more time if you miss them, but I'm only going to repeat them once, so you're going to want to listen rather closely. Here we go. Question number 1. What city are you visiting if you arrive at O.R. Tambo International Airport? Question number 2. In season 2 of what television show does Billy Campbell propose to Allison Parker? Question number 3. Honeycrisp, Empire, and Ambrosia are all types of what? Question number 4. Who did the Tragically Hip write their 1992 song Courage for? Question number 5. With what historical event is the name Enola Gay associated? Question number 6. What 3 letters are forever linked to this sound? Question number 7. Canada's first same-sex divorce occurs. Janet Jackson's nipple is exposed on live television during the Super Bowl. And Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat passes away. What year is it? For question number 1, we want the, I want the city, question number 8. What word meaning I found it in its language of origin is attributed to Greek scholar Archimedes? Question number 9. Who in 2009 became the first person to amass 1 million Twitter followers? And finally, number 10. What country's web code is .de? All right, on to round number 4. It's a movie round. Last week we did, I did a variation of 2 people, a place, and I forget what I called it, but tonight, this week is a little bit different. This week it's called Movie Moms. And I am going to upload right now a Google Doc or a PDF document that should be unlocked. And it has 10 frames of 10 moms, actresses who played moms in movies. You simply have to name the title of the movie. You don't need to know the mom, the character, the actress name, any of that. You just need to, based on the mom, know what movie she's a mom from. Got it? So I will share that now. I think you can do this, let's say, in 7 minutes. I don't know. I just think that's realistic. So I'm going to share this. Copy link. 7 minutes. I think I have checked the privileges. I think we're good. Here we go. 7 minutes starting now. One day I will share something that I shouldn't share in this thing. I just know that I will be frazzled once, and hopefully that's not tonight, but I think this is the right document. Checking privilege is a very good thing to do. If we've learned anything in this year, it should be that. All right, 7 minutes on the clock to name the movies, movie mom, based on their movie moms. Time counts down now. Also, if you've not done so yet, I encourage you to click subscribe somewhere on the screen. You should see it. Hopefully everyone does subscribe. The more subscribers we get, the more likely we're able to come back and do this on a more permanent basis as we get ready for the long winter of our discontent and boredom. Checking on the time. 3 minutes and 15 seconds. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left to name the movies based on the moms you see in those frames. All right, let's check the time. 10 seconds. 10 seconds left in this round. All right, that is it. Time to put down your writing utensils, and we'll take up the answers from rounds 3 and rounds 4. All right. Here we go. Again, a single point for every correct answer in round 3. Question number 1, what city are you visiting? If you arrive at O.R. Tambo International Airport, that would be Johannesburg, in South Africa, Johannesburg. Question number 2, in season 2 of what TV show did Billy Campbell propose to Alison Parker? I don't remember if they got married or not. I didn't watch this show a lot, but it was popular. Melrose Place. Melrose Place is the name of the show. Number 3, Honeycrisp, Empire, Ambrosia are all types of apples. Number 4, who did the Tragically Hip write their song Courage for? The actual full title of the song is Courage, and then in brackets for Hugh MacLennan. Hugh MacLennan, I believe, was a Canadian author who wrote a book. And in the book, there's a passage where they lift some of the words from the, I think Courage Couldn't Come at a Worse Time, was written by Hugh MacLennan in his book. And so that is hence the full title. I'll double check that, David, but I'm pretty sure it's OR, but I'll double check. Question number 5: What historical event is the name of Enola Gay most associated? Not a happy event, a very dark day for humanity in 1945, when the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were bombed. The Enola Gay was the name of the plane that carried those devastating bombs. Question number 6: that uh-oh sound, if you were a child of the, I guess born in maybe the 70s or 80s and grew up in your youth in the 90s, that was ICQ. I think probably the first ever real sort of online messenger program. Spent hours on that thing. ICQ. Brings back a lot of memories. Number 7, Canada's same-sex divorce occurs. Janet Jackson's nipples exposed on live TV, and Yasser Arafat dies. All those things happened in the year 2004. Sean remembers his ICQ number. That is impressive. Do you still? I don't know if ICQ is still around. I'm sure you could probably download it on some retro app that's brought it back in beta version or something. Anyway, 2004 is the answer to question number 7. Question number 8, what word in a language of origin, meaning I found it, is credited to Greek philosopher, Greek scholar Archimedes. That word is eureka. Eureka. Number 9, who in 2009 became the first person to amass 1 million Twitter followers? He was a big deal on Twitter. Ashton Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher was that person. And finally, what country's code is DE? It's Deutschland in its native language. It's Germany. Germany is DE. All right, on to the next round, the movie moms round. I'm not sure if they were too tough or accessible enough, or maybe too easy. You can let me know. Here we go. Movie number 1, that's Meryl Streep as the character Donna something in the movie Mamma Mia. I forget her last name now. Mamma Mia is the correct answer. Number 2, that is Sarah Connor in the film Terminator. Terminator. Movie number 3, that is Anne Hathaway from the movie version of Les Miserables. Number 4, and I meant to double check this before. I was looking for a screen grab from Toy Story 1 with Andy's mom, but I have a feeling this might be Toy Story 4. If there's someone who's incredibly confident, I was looking for Toy Story 1, but I don't know if it's Toy Story 1 or 4. It is 4. Okay, I have a feeling that. It's 3. Someone's saying 3. She's not in Toy Story 4. It's Toy Story 2. Oh, God, I fucked this up. Okay. I'll wear this. I'll accept Toy Story. It's Andy's mom, I think. Andy isn't even in 4, isn't? Okay. So, Toy Story. Toy Story. Question number 5, movie number 5, that is Moonlight. That's the mom from, one of the moms from Moonlight. There aren't even any toys in 4. What are you talking about? Movie number 6 is The Blind Side with Sandra Bullock. Movie number 7, great film and great part for Frances McDormand in Almost Famous. Movie number 8 is maybe a little more obscure. Still a great film though. It is Overboard. Overboard. Movie number 9. Movie number 9 is also a tough one. It's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. That's the mom from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And movie number 10, very classic mom role. The film Mommy Dearest is number 10. Again, those films one more time. Mamma Mia, Terminator, Les Mis, Toy Story, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. Number 5 is Moonlight. Number 6, The Blind Side. Number 7, Almost Famous. Number 8, Overboard. Number 9, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And number 10, Mommy Dearest. All right, that is the round. Moving on, now it is your job to enter your scores into the Google Doc. Yeah, it's the backyard. I'm pretty sure it's, I know what you mean. It looks like she's looking up, but I'm pretty sure it's the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I think she's looking up at the window where they were when all the shit went down, when the machine went haywire. All right. Time to enter your scores in the spreadsheet, and then we will come back. I will update right now the scores. Oh, some teams are doing incredibly well. I'll give you a couple more seconds to enter scores, and then we'll visit averages. All right, the average score for round number 3, which was the things I think you should know, was 5. The average score for round number 4, the movie round, ooh, you guys did fairly well on this. Yeah, I should have picked some tougher movies. Not everyone did well, but a lot of people did well. The average is 7 on the movie round. Wow. Well done, you. All right, this chat is getting a little out of control. Clearly, I'm the only one drinking non-alcoholic beer. All right, it's probably a good thing then that we're getting close to our final 2 rounds of the evening. The first of the final 2 rounds is another, review of the non-alcoholic beer. It's okay, it's not bad. I keep trying to find the IPA of Partake. Every time I go to Loblaws or any grocery store, it's sold out. So this is the pale ale, which inherently, I don't even like pale ales when there's alcohol in them. And this is a non-alcoholic pale ale. So I'm really eager to try the IPA of Partake. Maybe I'll try and get that for next week. All right. Yeah, it is Melrose Place in the chat tonight. You're right. Lots of sex in the pool in the middle of the, wasn't it all built around a pool in Melrose Place? No, it's pretty affordable, Laura. I think I bought a 4-pack for $7. Less than $2 a can. Pretty manageable. All right. Here is round number 5. Now that you're all nice and liquored up, I'm going to try something new tonight. Some of you might like it. A lot of you might hate it. But don't really care. We're going to try it out. It's called emoji music. I'm trying to find a way to replace the music round. I have, oh, see, here's the thing. Oh, shit. I realized I saved this as a PDF, but it didn't really, I have to go back here. Okay. I'm going to do this. I'm going to save this. I saved it as a PDF, but these emojis. So here's how this works. I am giving you a list of song titles that are written in emojis, and you have to figure out what the song title is. So the PDF, it converted the emojis into weird images. So let me try this. Huh, this is being weird too. how do I do this? Some of these you'll be able to get, but some of them are tough. I'm gonna do it this way. I'm just gonna screen grab it, and then I'll do it. I'll save as it. I can't put a JPEG in this chat. Can I have to upload it to a Google Doc? Let's see. Okay, this should work. It's not as aesthetic as I wanted it to be, but here we go. So I'm going to give you 7 minutes to complete this round. I'll bring back the before and afters. Some people love them, some people hate them. Seven minutes on the clock starting now. Click that link. You just need to know the and looking at it here, if you look at number 4, the second image should be the number 1. It's adjusted for some weird reason, but all of them I think make sense except number 4. The second image, that square box, should be a square with the number 1 in it, meaning number 1. That's the only thing I'm going to tell you. Emoji music. Guess the name of the song based on the emojis. Just over 3 minutes left in this round. 3 minutes to guess the emoji music. No, good question, Nicole. Number 10, that's just my cursor because I screen grabbed it because it wasn't coming out properly in a PDF format or a Word document format. So that line, ignore that. Ignore that line. It's only 2 images that make up number 10. Number 4, I said that the second image is the number 1. But again, somehow when I moved it from the format I built it in over to the Word document, it got a little confusing. So the second icon in number 4 is the number 1. Abdullah, I'm not sure what you mean by that. I can already tell that this will generate, just like the before and afters, that some people will have alternative answers that might work. Yes, correct, Abdullah, you are correct. Correct. Yes, Adam is right. You're right as well. I've probably created something way more complicated than it needed to be, but I'm trying to be creative, guys. Every week, I'm trying to come up with new rounds, new ways to present questions. Ali, you do you. It is pandemic time. Anything is on the table. I have gone through so many Haagen-Dazs bars during this pandemic. I'm onto this kick of Haagen-Dazs bars that are vanilla with chocolate coating and almonds embedded in them, and I have no roof of my mouth left because every night I eat a fucking Haagen-Dazs bar that tears my mouth apart, but it's so good. How much time do we have left? 12 seconds. All right. That is time. Time is up in round number 5, and we will move on to round number 6, a little more classic, maybe a little more classy. And very special this week as it is our first Jeopardy round post the passing of Alex Trebek. So it takes on that much more meaning this week. So I hope you'll all enjoy this in honor of Mr. Trebek. Sudbury zone. All right. This episode of Jeopardy. Oh, please don't, Laura. This is the one pleasure I get at the end of my day. And if I have to feel guilty about this too, I feel guilty about so many things I already do in my life. I don't need any more guilt. But guilt's not a bad thing. I recognize I should feel guilty for a lot of things, but not my nightly snack, please. All right, Final Jeopardy. This episode of Jeopardy aired on Wednesday, March the 20th, 2013, more than 7 years ago now. So anything that's happened in human history in the last 7 years cannot be included in these answers, in these questions. I will read the category and the clue. You write down the answer, each worth a single point. Here we go. Question number 1. Category, from page to screen. The clue. Who could have anticipated that this guidebook on pregnancy would become a 2012 comedy starring Cameron Diaz? Question number 1, the category is from page to screen, and the clue: who could have anticipated that this guidebook on pregnancy would become a 2012 comedy starring Cameron Diaz? Question number 2, the category: of the ninth. The clue: this musical masterpiece premiered May 7th, 1824. Category number for question number 2 is of the ninth, and the clue: this musical masterpiece premiered May 7th, 1824. Question number 3, the category: classic ads and jingles. The clue: fly the friendly skies. Question number 3, again, the category is classic ads and jingles, and the clue: fly the friendly skies. Question number 4, the category: presidential debaters. The clue: 66.9 million people tuned in to these 3 men at Michigan State University on October 19th, 1992. You have to name the 3 debaters. Again, question number 4, the category is presidential debaters, and the clue: 66.9 million people tuned in to these 3 men at Michigan State University on October 19th, 1992. Question number 5, the category: bottom. Bottom is in quotations. The clue: a hole in Mammoth Cave has this name despite being only 105 feet deep. Category again is bottom in quotations, and the clue: a hole in Mammoth Cave has this name despite being only 105 feet deep. Question number 6, the category: marine mammals. Marine mammals is the category. The clue: gray whales create heart-shaped spouts as they exhale because they have 2 of these vents instead of 1, like toothed whales. Category again for number 6 is marine mammals, and the clue: gray whales create heart-shaped spouts as they exhale because they have 2 of these vents instead of 1, like toothed whales. Question number 7, the category: book series. Book series is the category. The clue: Forever in Blue is the 4th book in this fashionable series by Anne Brashares. Question number 7, the category is book series, and the clue: Forever in Blue is the 4th book in this fashionable series by Anne Brashares. Question number 8, the category: pop stars, with the letters STAR in quotations, meaning those letters must appear somewhere in the answer. The clue: this Pittsburgh Pirate was the MVP of the 1979 World Series. Category again is pop stars with STAR in quotations, and the clue: this Pittsburgh Pirate was the MVP of the 1979 World Series. Question number 9, the category: traders and turncoats. The clue: in 1605, he filled a cellar below the House of Lords with explosives, but the plot was discovered on November 4th. Number 9, again, the category, traders and turncoats. And the clue, in 1605, he filled a cellar below the House of Lords with explosives, but the plot was discovered on November 4th. Question number 10, the category, prefix in common. In this category, Alex would give a definition and then list 3 parts of the word that would be all aligned with the same prefix. Here it is, again, the category is prefix in common and the clue. Meaning beyond or change, analysis, physical, stasis. Again, the category, prefix in common, and the clue, meaning beyond or change, analysis, physical, stasis. And finally, the final Jeopardy category on this night in March of 2013 was Europeana, like Europeana. And the clue, in the 16th century, the ancestors of the current president of France fled what is now this country. Keep in mind, the current president of France then might not be the current president of France now. Category again is Europeana, and the clue, in the 16th century, the ancestors of the current president of France fled what is now this country. Those are the 11 questions that make up the final Jeopardy round. I will go back and read them again if you need a reminder. But I'm just reading them once, and then that is the end. Here we go. Number 1, the category, from page to screen, the clue. Who could have anticipated that this guidebook on pregnancy would become a 2012 comedy starring Cameron Diaz? Question number 2, the category, of the ninth, the clue. This musical masterpiece premiered on May 7th, 1824. Question number 3, the category, classic ads and jingles. The clue, Fly the Friendly Skies. Question number 4, the category, presidential debaters. The clue, 66.9 million people tuned in to watch these 3 men at Michigan State University on October 19th, 1992. Question number 5, the category, bottom in quotations. The clue, a hole in Mammoth Cave has this name despite being only 105 feet deep. Question number 6, the category, marine mammals. The clue, gray whales create heart-shaped spouts as they exhale because they have 2 of these vents instead of 1, like toothed whales. Question number 7, the category, book series. The clue, Forever in Blue is the 4th book in this fashionable series by Anne Brochers. Number 8, the category is pop stars with the letters S-T-A-R in quotations. The clue, this Pittsburgh Pirate was the MVP of the 1979 World Series. Question number 9, the clue, or the category rather, traders and turncoats. The clue, in 1605, he filled a cellar below the House of Lords with explosives, but the plot was discovered on November 4th. Question number, I see there's questions coming in, I'll get to them in a second. Question number 10, the category, prefix in common is the category, and the clue, meaning beyond or change, analysis, physical, stasis. And finally, final Jeopardy category was Europeana, and the clue, in the 16th century, the ancestors of the current president of France fled what is now this country. All right, your question, Adam, what was the name of the category for number 2? I think Kathy's right. I think it was of the 9th. Now I'm forgetting. Correct. Of the 9th. All right. Time now to take up the answers from rounds 5 and rounds 6. Starting with the music round. The emoji music round. Some of them were definitely a little tough. I will admit that. Song number 1 was a black square and then a hole and then a sun. Black Hole Sun is that by Soundgarden, number 1. Song number 2, this one I thought was somewhat self-explanatory. 2 ice cubes and then a baby. Ice Ice Baby by Vanilla Ice. Number 3, 2 bottles with a genie in the middle. So Genie in a Bottle by Christina Aguilera. Again, you don't need to know the artist or have written down the artist. So just go over them. Number 4 was tough, especially because I recognized it was a little messed up in its presentation. That is the sign for some. And then the number 1, thumbs up, meaning like. And the sheep, another word for sheep is a you. Someone Like You by Adele. Someone Like You. You got it very right. Number 5 by Oasis. Champagne Supernova. That's my attempt at illustrating stars exploding. Number 6, a little bit tougher. That's a young man with his parents, therefore a son, a church, and a man. Son of a Preacher Man is number 6. Son of a Preacher Man. Number 7, this was a tough one. The Sting song Englishman in New York. Figured that would be somewhat possible to figure out. Number 8, also kind of tough. That sign in the middle is the sign for Taurus. No, I will not accept moving to New York. Number 8, that's a phone. That's the emoji that I thought looked most like me. Taurus is the sign, zodiac sign that is primarily situated in the month of May, and that's a bee. So it's Call Me Maybe. No, I'm only going to accept Englishman in New York right now, unless someone comes up with a better one. Number 9 was, again, a mirror, a man in another mirror, Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. And number 10, I realized some keener texted me, and I feel like I do need to maybe make an exception for number 10. Number 10, I was looking for Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper. I recognize that it could also very easily be Clocks by Coldplay. So whether you put Time After Time or Clocks, I will accept both of those answers. So again, the songs, Black Hole Sun, Ice Ice Baby, Genie in a Bottle, Someone Like You, Champagne Supernova, Son of a Preacher Man, Englishman in New York, Call Me Maybe, Man in the Mirror, and Time After Time or Clocks. Well done if you did well on that round. And if you, I mean, it is 2 clocks. Yeah, you're right. But it's also time after time. Good question, Andrew. I'm going to say no, but I like your thinking. TikTok by Kesha? No. I'm just going to say no because that's a shitty song. All right. Moving on to the Jeopardy round, which, again, you can't dispute because I didn't write it. Kesha is a queen, but people seem to like this round. Good. Okay. Well, no, we'll bring it back. Two-Timer by Kiss. Ooh. I don't know about that. Okay, I'm going to say yes just because you're a new mom of an adorable baby. All right. Jeopardy. Page to screen. What to the movie referenced in that question number 1 with Cameron Diaz is What to Expect When You're Expecting. Number 2, Of the 9th. This musical masterpiece premiered May 7th, 1824. That would be Beethoven's Ninth. Number 3, classic ads and jingles. The slogan was Fly the Friendly Skies. The airline that used that slogan was Delta. Number 4, presidential debaters. 66.9 million people tuned in to watch these 3 men. One of the very few presidential debates with more than 2 debaters. That was with George H.W. Bush, Bill Clinton, and Ross Perot. Bush, Clinton, and Perot. Question number 5. The hole in Mammoth Cave has this name despite only being 100 feet deep. That is bottomless pit. Number 6, marine mammals. The heart-shaped spout on the top of a whale is actually called a blowhole. Blowhole. Number 7, book series. Forever in Blue was the 4th book in the series known as The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. Number 8, pop star. The Pittsburgh Pirate in question was Willie Stargell. Number 9, Traders and Turncoats. In 1605, he filled a cellar below the House of Lords with explosives, but the plot was discovered. That would be Guy Fawkes, hence Guy Fawkes Day. The answer number 3 was Delta. Delta was number 3. The answer to number 10, category prefix in common, meaning beyond or change, analysis, physical stasis. The word meta, M-E-T-A, can precede those words. And then finally, in 16th century, the ancestors of the current president of France fled what is now this country. That country is the Netherlands. Netherlands. All right. Well, now you got me thinking that maybe I wrote it down wrong somehow. Fly the Friendly Skies. If someone has the Jeopardy, there's a Jeopardy J archive is the. It'll take me a while to find it. If someone wants to fact check, go to J archive, look up March 20th, 2013, and you can double check that question. I'm not saying I could have somehow written it down wrong. All right. In the meantime, while we fact check that, if you are okay, fine, United. I'm fine with United if that's what we want to say. Number 8 again. The answer for number 8 was Willie Stargell. S-T-A-R-G-E-L-L. Yeah, I'll give you a Delta too. Oh, maybe that's right. Maybe that's what happened. Okay, United. That does sound a lot more correct. United. All right. So they said I'll accept United or Delta. Keep in mind tonight, I haven't thanked these guys yet, and I also haven't even done my legwork to actually get the gift certificates, even though they kindly promised them to us. But Steam Whistle, our friends at Steam Whistle, and believe me, when I get back on to drinking real beer again, I'll be heading to Steam Whistle. They're supporting us with 12 packs of Steam Whistle to give away this week for our first place, second place, and our penultimate winner. So congratulations to those people who are going to be going home with prizes tonight. And if you have a prize you want to donate, say you've just opened up a new brewery in Kingston and you want to get your merchandise in front of a lot of beer consumers, drop me an email if anyone that wants to put forward a prize. I'm working on trying to get some more sponsorship for future weeks, but it is Steam Whistle's owned by Nestle. That's why they get so many nursing mothers hooked on it. All right. Yeah, Wayfair chairs I will take, though also I feel guilty about buying off Wayfair. All right. Put your scores in the Google Doc. And we will take up the scores and figure out who is getting those lovely Steam Whistle gift certificates tonight. We got some great scores. Keep in mind that when you are filling, everyone seems to have done this correctly, but just keep in mind that you keep your sheet going and just update the scores as opposed to re-inject if you know what I mean. I'm explaining that poorly. All right. Just going to figure out here. Who is going home with prizes? And keep in mind, and I know one team has done this already from last week. I appreciate it, and I will get you that gift certificate when I get my hands on them myself. But the ponytail, oh yeah, there's a shadow that made it look like I had a ponytail last week. Thanks, Michael, for joining in. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, and I just before I announce the prizes, I just want to thank everybody for joining in. I want to ask you again, if you've not yet done so, please subscribe or tell your friends. If you're watching on one account with other people, even if you're not watching on your own account, please go on next time on YouTube and subscribe, because it'll help us build that momentum and maybe get still seeking that sponsorship for the new year. So every subscriber counts. And we'll be back definitely for the next 2 Fridays in November, next Friday and the Friday after. And then hopefully stay tuned for some exciting news about the future of quizzing in quarantine. So without further ado, thank you to all the teams who competed. These are the teams that are going home with prizes. Tonight, in penultimate place, with still a very impressive score, we have Team Cool Noah. Well done. You guys are getting a 12-pack of Steam Whistle beer. Well done. On the other side of the leaderboard, I will read out the teams that landed in the top 10 spots, even though it's only the teams in first and second who will be getting a prize. In 10th place tonight, we have Trebexed in Peace. Tied for 9th, we have 3 teams in 9th. We have Threat Level Midnight, You're a Quizzard Harry, and Swords for 200. Alone in 8th place tonight. Scores for number 10. Number 10 got a score of 44. Number 9 got a score of 46. And number 8. Oh, how is this changing now? It doesn't make sense. In 8th place tonight, we have Big Brian Academy, Trivia for Trebek. In 7th place, we have Katrina and the Second Waves, aka a Trivia Mun. Tit Soup for the Quarantine Soul, also tied for 7th place. Sitting alone in 6th place tonight, Potent Potables, Alex Forever. Congratulations. They are 1 point behind 5th place. And in 5th place tonight, COVID-69 Total Landscaping. They were 1 point behind Clinton's Total Landscaping. Same pointage and similar name. In 3rd place tonight, and those are all the teams. I have finished reading all the teams. Also in 3rd place tonight, Get Bryant a Buck Club. We have 2 teams tonight tied for 2nd. So we're going to have a trivia off to figure out who gets this 2nd place standing and who gets the gift certificate. So why don't we do it this way? If you are these 2 teams in the tiebreaker field in the Google Doc, you have to answer this question. The closest team to it will get the gift certificate. What is the current population of Finland? Started off talking about Thunder Bay being home to the most Finnish people outside of Finland, but you need to know what is the population of Finland. Enter that in the tiebreaker field and do it quickly, and we'll figure out who gets the penultimate prize. But without dispute tonight, the number 1 place goes to a team that scored very well. They scored 58 out of a possible, I think, 60, 62 or 63. Very impressive. That is Stop the Counts of Monte Cristo. Well done. So please send me either over email or Facebook or any format you'd like. Send me your address, so when I get those gift certificates from our friends at Steam Whistle, I'll send them your way. In the meantime, let's see. Do we have a guest yet coming in? I do not see a guest yet. I'll update my page here, but I do not yet see a tiebreaker guess from both. What were these teams? Haters and Losers and I'll Take Swords for 400, Alex. Those two teams. Oh, sorry, I meant to do that. Oops, I apologize. That's my fault. I'll Take Swords for 400, Alex, and Haters and Losers. Name or guess the current population of Finland. Whoever guesses closest will get a 12-pack of Steam Whistle beer. What is the current population of Finland? I'm trying to think of there any more public service announcements I need to make. None that I can think of. I hope everybody has a safe week and stays distant. I feel like I worry that by this time next week, we're going to be in serious lockdown. Okay, we've got one guess from I'll Take Swords, waiting on a guess from Haters and Losers. All right, we have a guess from I'll Take Swords for 400, Alex, of 2.1 million, and a guess from Haters and Losers of 5.7 million. Wow, I'm going to guess perhaps Haters and Losers have Finnish people in their family, or Google at their fingertips. The answer is 5.5 million. So congratulations to the folks from Haters and Losers. You guys are getting a 12-pack of Steam Whistle beer. Congratulations. Thank you guys all so much for joining tonight. I hope that we will see you next week on more Quizzing in Quarantine. If you have anything you want to say, reach out to me by email, drinkthinkto@gmail.com, or write us a note at Facebook, our Drink Think TO Facebook page, or subscribe to the channel and message me that way. Have a great week. Stay safe, stay distant, and stay nerdy. We'll see you next week.